Hi, folks. Welcome to Follow the Leader, a podcast focused on telling character driven stories through the use of GM-less tabletop games where we can all take the lead. You can find us on Blue Sky at FTLcast and at FTLcast.com. We also have a Patreon at patreon.com/FTLcast. Today, we're playing Spindle Wheel by Sasha Renaud. For those of you who are new to this game, here are the basics. Spindle Wheel is an interpretive tarot-like storytelling game where you weave together a story from card to card. The objective of the game is to tell a satisfying story. Your character might win wealth and respect and come away from the adventure a better person. They might crash and burn and end the story as a warning to others. Both of these are victories if they fit the arc of the story you've told and bring satisfaction to you as a storyteller. I'm Cory, and you can find me here with you in your ears, and my pronouns are he, him. Playing with me today, we have August.
Hi, hello, I'm August. You can find me on Tumblr at Strange Harpy, on Blue Sky at Harpydora, and my pronouns are they, them.
We also have Shrog.
Hello, I'm Shrog. You can find me on the internet at Secret Frog or The Secret Frog, Blue Sky and or Tumblr, and my pronouns are he, him.
And finally, we have Coda.
Hi, hello, I'm Coda. I'm also known as Jade. You can find me most places on the internet at Jade Oxford Rose, and you can hear me on the new season of The Room Where It Happened. You should join us. We're starting a new story. It's very fun. They let me in. Ha 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 ha. And I use they, them pronouns.
Our lines, which are things we absolutely do not want to see, are homophobia and transphobia, racism, sexism, anti-Semitism, violence against children and animals, sexual assault, domestic violence or intimate partner violence, unwanted pregnancy, plagues, and pandemics. Our veils, which include things we're fine with addressing, but will just fade to black on, are steamy situations, graphic descriptions of bodily harm, and terminal illness. So with that out of the way, let's get started. We have done some pre-work because it's Spindle Wheel, and we kind of need to do a little bit of that to get an idea of where we're going.
Saying that mechanically speaking, Spindle Wheel requires a lot of time. It's more we as people are aware of our inability to do things.
This is podcast prep work for people who, like me, have problems remembering things. Hi, I wave my hands. If I don't do this immediately, then my brain's gonna go whoop, and it's all gone. So we have, in advance of this, prepared a world, and each of us have also prepared some characters. So, in those, from that, shall we describe the world first and then get on to the characters that we have?
Yes. And then once we've done that, I think we should draw the remaining cards on our spread that we had not drawn before.
Very good. Then I'll go ahead and start with the world. So settle in and listen to the sound of my velvety voice. So with the world, we have defined, I believe, a total of 6 cards out of that one. That includes what is the core, the heart of the situation, the crossing, what complicates the core, the boon, which is the good news, the bane, which is the bad news, the desire, which is the current goal, and the method, which is the core's winning tactic. In addition to that one, which we're going to put together here live and in camera, or live and on mic rather, we're an audio medium, not a visual medium, is the atropos, which is the expected future, the lachesis, which is our current state, and the clotho, which is the instigating catalyst. So let's talk actualities. Starting with the core, we drew the merchant, which is a nice card. I enjoy that. Come hit us up on the Patreon if you want to hear the full discussion around that one. But if you have access to Spindle Wheel, take a look-see and follow along with us. For the crossing, we picked the Quiet Knife. the boon, we landed Grandmother's Ring. For the bane, it's Poison Pen. The desire is Kombu. And the method is Mother of Monsters. Sharp-eared listeners and those who are familiar with Spindle Wheel may recognize that some of these cards are not part of the base deck. We did use some of the Kickstarter expansion material for these too, so it'll get a little wackier and wilder from outside of there. We have, however, 3 cards left to draw, so how do we want to do this, y'all?
So let's do the fates. We can just take turns, and then we can explain maybe a little about what choices we've made about the world before going on to the characters.
Yes, sounds good to me.
All right. August, do you want to draw Clotho, as Cory just did a bunch of talking?
Sure. I'm going to draw from the standard deck.
The rule that we've been using to draw, by the by, so folks are aware, is I think it's every 3 cards.
Yes.
2 normal, 1 expansion, I think was how we've been doing it. So that's how we've been kind of mixing things up. Unless we veto something, in which case we just kind of toss it to the Arbiter's deck or off to the side.
Hell yeah. So the Clotho is 10 penny, a sacred tenet ridiculed, a grim bond forged without kindness or warmth, or a small and clearly counterfeit coin, a foolish fondness cheaply gained. Either of those are very good for what we've been talking about for the world state, as we discussed when we first drew up the cards.
Agreed.
Ooh, that's a fun one. Okay. Do you want to put them all together or kind of take them as they come too in this case? How we feeling, y'all?
Let's get them all on the table and then discuss.
Cards on the table. Then Shrog, I think you get to pull the next one.
Okay. For our Lachesis, we have Heavy Crown.
Ooh.
A sword bent into a crown, a brow cut by the weight, a miracle forged and blood spilled. Or the power of leadership outweighed by the burden of responsibility.
Heavy is the crown placed upon the head, I guess.
Be fun.
All right, then that leaves us with the Atropos.
Okay.
Let me double check something really quick, because...
Yeah, and I'm going to remove this one I just pulled. All the same.
Fair enough.
Just because it's a very character-focused card from that particular expansion.
Some of the expansion decks are extremely neat and useful. Actually, all of them are.
Extremely niche.
Yes, the extremely niche is the word that I wanted to find there, and thank you for finding it for me.
Okay.
So,
I thought you meant extremely neat.
I did mean extremely niche, but I said extremely
also
neat. I just kind of tripped on the tongue.
What's up, August?
I just couldn't remember if the Atropos was played face down, but no, it's played face up.
Yeah. We all know the stakes, I think.
So the Atropos, the affected future, putrefaction. We used to think the stink of the sea would keep death at bay. Or, busy corpses host many parties and swell up from feeling important.
Ooh.
Oh, that's fun. Also, the card got huge.
Yeah, that was me, so I could read it.
That's so fair. Okay, I understand.
It's a shame that zooming in doesn't exist.
Real?
Wow.
Fucked, actually. I came out here to play Spindle Wheel, and Spindle Wheel is going to attack me, not you. Thank you very much.
My gut reaction to that, too.
Rude.
Oof.
Fucking rude.
That's me.
The knives are out early.
This does really lend itself. This really does lend itself to the conversation we were having about the nature of our characters collectively, which you will hear more about.
Oh, we'll get into that, yeah. We also have to build a little heat early on. Okay, we have our spread, and we've had a little bit of preliminary discussion about the shape of the world, and now we know what the sort of the start, the middle, and the finish are, right? So, well, sort of, anyway. Let's talk about some of the points that we touched on and see how we feel about them, shall we? While I fill out the document with these details as well, just in case. Heavy crown and putrefaction. What a fun word.
Indeed.
For a terrible sensation. So some of the ideas that we had for this were one, between all of us here, a couple of the touchstones identified was a dungeon meshy sort of situation. And then also, because this is me and this is my thing that I always bring up any chance I get, also Etrian Odyssey. So very much in the idea of not just a dungeon which you delve into, not just the potential of a post-apocalypse situation, but also, and also spoilers for anyone that's played Etrian Odyssey first, I'm sorry, but also a place that has its own sort of contained ecosystem, which people may or may not understand to various degrees, and I think that's something that we can decide. But at least from where we were sitting, some of the ideas that were brought up sort of in advance and that I'd like to kind of check back on was the idea of a place being colonized, in this sense, the locus which we're currently gathering around, but also that this is somewhere where there has been a presence before, whether that was the current population in a much earlier form or something else. How are we feeling about that, having had some time to sleep on it?
I still like it. I think one other important thing to add that we definitely talked about that is very sort of integral to how I built my character out, it's in the week since, is we decided to have it be a big ass body of
Yeah.
water.
Mm-hmm.
Like an incredibly deep lake. One of the touchstones that I raised was made in abyss.
Yeah, let me pull that up there too, actually.
And just to again, that nod to Dungeon Meshi as well, like the notion of the people who have settled here do not know how far down it goes because they've only been able to explore so
Yep.
far. Presumably, there is a bottom.
We think.
Presumably. Maybe.
Speaking of which, pulling putrefaction with a lake is very, very fun. That's all.
Mhm.
That's all I'd like to add. One of the other things that we brought up, and I'm not sure how much we'll get into this in fiction, but was the idea of this being either something related to like time dilation or a time loop, potentially. Thoughts, questions, comments?
Maybe, but on a long scale, I think, because that got referenced in terms of like Planet of the Apes.
Yes, that's right.
You think you've gone somewhere different, but you've maybe gone to the future or maybe gone back in the past.
Maybe, sort of,
Looping.
yeah.
Maybe that's a theory held by some of the scholars. I
Maybe
don't know.
time simply just ate its own tail, and we're finding out the results of that.
The deeper you go in the lake, the faster time goes or the slower time goes?
Maybe history itself is becoming a smaller and smaller band that we can recall, and we look into the archives and recognize that our records are disappearing as well.
Ooh.
I have history stuff. You know what? I'm putting that down. Our history
Yeah.
is being eaten.
I just want to. That is very cool, but my brain instinctively did go to that Marge Simpson kids. Can you light it up?
Look, we'll get into the character details that I have, but I'm putting that there because it sounded cool.
As you should. It's just very funny.
Dear. Okay.
Look, the podcast byline, be on your bullshit.
Yeah, I'm doing it, baby. I'm getting back on my bullshit, in fact. And then the other reason for this, of course, is it's not just a pretty space. It's also a space with a lot of treasures and wonders and resources. So, take that as you will. Smile.
Dangerous, though. Definitely dangerous.
Yes, hidden dangers or loud dangers or everything in between. But there is something bad out there. Or good, depending on your viewpoint. But anyway. Do we have any additional thoughts for this that aren't already listed? Like, say, about our fun new cards that we've gotten just now?
I think 10 penny should be the other way up, personally.
Okay.
I got you.
Sacred Tenet Ridiculed.
I just like that better for what we have said so far.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're already playing about a little bit with the concept of the knowledge that has been accepted versus the knowledge that is evident. So, okay, then this, I think, asks a question about society as a whole. Hi, Do we have some internal tensions with this exploring faction that's happening here?
Maybe just a little bit. I think, just based on the ruminations I've done on my character this past couple of weeks, I think that would explain a lot about my character.
Real. Yeah, looking at the list of things that I have, I would probably agree on that front. We have some conspiracy happening here. To put that lightly.
Love to conspirize.
I'm even putting that in words. There's some conspiracy happening here. With a smiley face. We also have, leaning into that one, heavy crown. So it seems to me with this one, the thing is, right? Both statements are good, and that's the blessing for this one and the problem. I like both statements in heavy crown because it speaks to me of not just, yea, verily, glory, this be our conquest kind of stuff. We claim that which we can take by force, but also in combination with Tenpenny, right? Not since we're kind of passing by the counterfeit coin side of it, but more towards the Grim Bond ends of things. This does seem to me not just to be a glorious expedition, but potentially one of necessity. If not necessity of resources necessarily, then necessity of having something to do to keep the show running, if that makes sense. Like, point your forces externally so they don't have time to focus on what's happening within, sort of thing. How about y'all?
So, just to check my understanding, like manufacturing an external threat to minimize internal turmoil.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I can dig it.
Coda, shrug.
Yeah.
I can work with that.
Righto. This expedition represents not only gains, but also an external threat.
I have dealt out 3 cards to each of us. 2 main deck, 1 expansion for when we pull our individual fates.
Ah, very appreciated.
Yeah, you're right.
Ooh, we are staring down the barrel of a loaded Atropos.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we don't have to determine that one yet, I don't think.
Just think about this. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm just like, I'm staring at that one and I'm wondering about it. But now's not the time to go into that, I don't think. We have character fates to go into now, yeah? I believe.
Correct.
We sure do.
Well, we've got to talk about our characters first.
Yeah, I was going to say, shall we introduce them?
Yeah.
This time we can go in sheet order.
Do we wish to introduce character, draw fate cards, introduce character, draw fate cards? Or introduce all characters, then draw fate cards?
That one.
Yeah, I think that second one.
Because then we have the listeners have the context for everybody.
Yep.
Before we get the fates involved.
We'll see how our funny web spins and binds.
All right. So, my character, who I am calling Alizarin, has the 6 cards. His core is Roman Candle, Glory and Glamour, a dazzling display, a garish firework. His crossing is Bandit, Highwayman, Robber Baron, Wealth taken by fear and force. His boon is Phoenix Wine, Alchemist's Fire in a crystal decanter, a wrath portioned and contained. His bane, his worst problem, is Sea Glass, jagged edges carried in your chest, tumbled smooth by movement. His desire is Snowdrop. Pushing its delicate head from the drift, a hopeful little green dangles with a bead of rain. And his method, how he'll get what he wants, is Chasm, a long drop, a yawning canyon, a sinkhole, which I thought needed something to spice it up, so I drew another card, which was Tooth Decay. Warnings ignored, $5 till Friday, familiar aches.
Yep. Cutting in for a moment to say, if you're ever unsatisfied or not sure about a card you've drawn, you can freely choose to take a different one or alternatively draw an additional card for context. So, you're not married to your choices necessarily. It is all about what kind of story you want to pursue and that satisfaction that you get from it. So, anything that you don't take, you can always cast off to be used in a different context later, which would be the Arbiter's deck, I believe, right?
Mm-hmm. You don't have to add them to the Arbiter's deck. That's sort of a home-brewed sort of rule that I picked up
Fair.
from our good friend MK. So,
Yep, you can also just rewrite your fate and pull another card. And there's no limit to doing this either, mind you. You can do as you
Yep.
like.
Did you decide on pronouns for Alazar and Shrug?
Yeah. I think he, him. He sold the rest of his
Okay, you did-
pronouns for drinking money.
Real?
Reasonable. I mean, not reasonable, but a choice was made.
I mean, extremely normal actions, very much so.
Mm-hmm. So my character is known by Gia. Uses any pronouns. Does not give a shit. Why should they? Who they are? Lonely Aria, a song from the old country, a language all but forgotten, and an opera abandoned, a novel left unwritten, a haunting undescribed, which is, yep, crossed with too many tabs
Real.
open at once. What I am known for is being survivor, scar-crossed in body and mind, wounded and raw-hearted, or shipwrecked sailor, mountain roamer, shiv maker, snake eater. All good. Don't worry about it. My greatest asset, I pulled 2 cards for this. I have Mermaid's Purse and the Smell of Fire. The smell of fire, the scent of a finished product, an inky blackness, time spent on finely crafted details. Mermaid's Purse, eggshell jelly can easily be empty armor or a meal for sharks. Bane, my worst problem. Cursed sword, which is very fun having that with heavy crown on the table.
Yeah.
A voracious blade, double-edged, glittering red with an unquenchable thirst. Or brittle steel, rusting armor, old marching orders for a new war. The desire, what they want most. I pulled Panacea, a miracle flower, elixir of strength, an invigorated spirit, an adrenaline surge. A kind sun and a cool breeze, a salve to cure dull aches and wounds. And how I'm going to get it? Sunspot, the glory of heaven for a minute or so, an angel descends on the water from the bright sky. Or light gifting the horizon with a hopeful glow. Perhaps there's something on the other side.
What's that word that I'm looking for? Apotheosis.
Hmm.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be very fun. Yeah, I didn't even think about Cursed Sword and Heavy Crown together, so... Oh dear.
Sure, this is fine.
I'm sure this is fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Taproot then, shall we?
Yeah.
Ew.
I've got Taproot Windings Between Branches. That last 3 words is all one for that last name. The pronouns here are he, they, and I've got my own fun gathering of cards, starting with the core, who you are. For this one, I have Holy Stricture, Warnings in Fable, Lessons in Allegory, History in Folklore. Alternatively, Laws as Esoteric as they are absolute. The crossing, or what Taproot's known for here, is Prince of Fate. Deposed and exiled, tithes revoked, respect rescinded, or last of a legacy, blessed by birthright, cursed by prophecy. Again, another fun one to have with not just Heavy Crown, but also Tenpenny on hand, I would say. I'm just here for it. The boon, I pulled a couple of cards for. First one I had on the board was a tiny yellow cat, which was a result of delayed progress. a reminder of the mess to come, a brightly colored being. And alternatively, loose construction, pouncing, breathless, bursting through the clutter. I almost said cutter. On top of that one, I then pulled willow, stubborn roots anchored into a cliff, reaching wide and winding deep. Alternatively, drooping branches, numbing bark, solace for the bereft and grieving. The bane I pulled for Taproot is doctor, a soft heart, a steady hand, a strong stomach. Or alternatively, an authoritative voice, a curious mind, an unscrupulous scalpel. The desire, and I love this one the most, is ivy. A subtle kind of killing, an uncomfortable symbiosis. What more can you give me? Or dark green on a barren branch, holding on when all seems lost. Whatever happens, please don't leave. Finally, the method, and for this one, I again pulled a couple. I think firstly it was Duchess in this case. A passionate ally, a generous patron, lavish host. Alternatively, bad with money, hostile to criticism, detached from reality. Along with that, I have bridge, a choke point, a shortcut, rope and wood haphazardly lashed, and a stable connection, a thoroughfare, a mountain hollowed. A lot of structure and stricture and other uncomfortable fun mind stuff to get into.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, very normal people we're dealing with.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
So normal.
So I will be playing Anathema, or sometimes Anna, goes by she, her. Her core is adversary, proud, venomous, obsession unswayed by reason or patience. Her crossing, what she's known for, is plague, death, contagious and slow, or a well-weathered curse, a developed immunity, an acquired taste. So, incredibly normal, very reasonable person here. Her boon is Tongue of Renard, a goading insult, an unshakable nuisance, a lit match. Her bane is Glass Lens, a misdiagnosis, a lack of direction, a paralysis of choice. Her desire is Unicorn, beautiful and territorial, horn dripping with poacher's blood. And I similarly drew 2 cards for my method. The original card was Fake Dog, a hollow toy old enough to remember a different time. But the second card I pulled was Priestess, crackling with power, mired in blood, melancholic and distant. So, very incredibly chill individual.
Yeah.
So you may or may not have figured out from listening to those, but as our Patreon listeners will know, we were like, did we just pull an all-villain crew?
Mm-hmm.
Potentially. I mean,
I think we did.
the hero and the villain of the story, surely that's just a matter of perspective.
Protagonist and antagonist are really defined by whatever way you're reading from, and really, I think that's just great.
Yep.
All right.
But
Let's
yeah, we got some fates to pull now, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Do you want to all do Clotho, all do Lachesis, all do Atropos? Or
I think let's do all of everybody's fates at once. So do Clotho, Lachesis, and Atropos. So that way we can get like a holistic picture of the fates for each person.
Sounds good.
Yippee. That'll be great.
If people want to put their cards on the board then, and we can rattle through them for our listeners.
Sounds good to me.
I'm going to put my expansion card in Clotho. We'll see how that goes. Post Girl. Newspaper in hand, searching for a quiet corner, a window table, an open seat. Or the paper rattling between her hands, a thunk of the contraption, counting the seconds to the next request.
That's a fun one.
It is. I'm going to go the second way up for now and see how that treats me.
Beauty.
Lachesis. Have Overgrowth. Interloping opportunist, a greedy and jealous invader. Yeah.
Oh no.
Or a resurgence of life, nature reclaiming abandoned places. Nope, it's staying that way
Yeah,
up.
I gotta say, we already know which way that one's up.
That's very funny. Alright, Anatropos. Laughing Mimic. Common bellows turned from furnace to songbook, or a river babbling in a familiar voice, muffled words without meaning. Okay. I'll figure out what that one means.
Love the art for that one.
Yeah, that Clotho and Lachesis make a lot of sense to me. Hey, what if Alizarin is not aligned with the rest of y'all?
Ooh.
Not a villain of villains.
Or, I mean, I was already thinking Alizarin came from the colonial party.
Yeah, I could see that.
Whether or not he is currently aligned with the rest of you.
That's very real, and I understand it.
Much to consider.
Much to consider.
Much to consider. Okay. I have been sneakily doing things. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. So for Gears Clotho, I've pulled Fortune. And I'm just going to say, this is one of the rare instances where I've immediately gone, yes, that side. So I'm just going to read you the side that matters. Clotho, how you begin. Fortune. Rotten luck, a persistent rumor, a nagging instinct. His Lachesis, cartilage, the structure of intent without fullness or feeling. Side note, I fucking love the Bodyworks expansion deck. It is probably my favorite of the expansions. So shout out to that. And then Atropos. Poppy flute. Command your audience with a kind word and a catchy tune.
Oh, that's very fun. Don't worry about it. Water.
Don't worry about it.
Aria.
Look, Shrug said siren.
Yeah.
Back in our initial draw session, and that thought has never left my head.
And in fact, it has only become reinforced.
Mm-hmm.
What a beautiful mess.
That's them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what are we looking at down here for Taproot, huh? Okay. I've put my expansion card in the middle in the Lachesis, so let's get these front to back. Clotho. Today I have Spinster. A recluse obscured by obligation, rootless and efficient. Ugh. Or alternatively, an affable hermit, a professor lost in thought. I think I know which way that one's going.
I feel like that other side is your other characters.
That other side is my other characters. That's correct. My heart goes out to you Tuesday. I'm sorry for the last time I treated you. This the Lachesis that I've got here is Misting Rain. Yeah, okay. Gentle and relentless, without hesitating, without your notice, it will soak you to the skin. The alternative here would be not knowing where to go or why, but falling anyway. I love words. The last one that I have here, flipping that one upside down again, is Apprentice, resentful, bullheaded, withheld wisdom and given baggage, or bright-eyed, strong-willed, above and beyond expectations. Notably, I have chosen to go with the meaning that has a little more spice to it, in my opinion. We'll see how that plays out.
All right. So I also put my Lachesis as my expansion deck card. But for my Clotho, I have Ferryman's Toll, a class divide, an unavoidable cost, a lock with a lost key. That is almost certainly what I'm gonna do, but the other side is a mysterious benefactor, a gold coin under a corpse's tongue. No, I'm going with the first one. That is too good.
That's so real. That's so real.
The Lachesis, your current fortune is high tide. This is as far as the other world can come, which also
Yeah.
That's
tracks.
just the most straightforward card of the lot.
That's just what we're doing here. Yeah.
I think you
that's
just
Yeah.
won.
Yeah.
mission statement.
Yeah.
Let's get Sasha on the phone. Did August just win?
The other side is at night the sand glitters, socks soaked through, I carry you on my back. No, that is very evocative, but it is
Beautiful words.
It's beautiful.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, dang. But yeah, not this time.
oof. And my Atropos is nightmare, fears justified, omens fulfilled, or a recurring terror, dreams of hellfire, lightning striking the steeple. I like both of those. I don't feel like they're mutually exclusive, but we'll see how that plays
Me
out.
looking between Mother of Monsters, Adversary, and Nightmare. Like,
Uh-huh.
Spindle wheel, like, here you go, friends.
I love it when,
Yep.
yeah.
Have fun.
Just give us the whole toolbox. Just like let us loose with some drills and hammers and stuff.
So those are the fates.
Those are the fates, huh?
Right. So now we need to pull our desire cards from our spreads, and they go on the board for everyone to be able to see. Handily, they match your sheet, so
Yay.
you can easily see where your card goes.
That's so
Color
good.
coded.
It is color coded. Thank you for
And
color
the
coding.
symbols are the same.
Look at all these wonderful cards. Unicorn, Snowdrop, Panacea, Ivy. They're all so lovely, and one of them is not quite like the others.
And then the Atropos card stays on the table, but the rest you'll bring into your hand to use as we move on to the events of the game.
Are you snatching that one back up?
While we're doing this, the settings desire also goes on the top of the board, along with its Atropos card, but the rest of the Facet and Fate cards become the Arbiter's deck. We just have to shuffle them.
I think I remember reading somewhere, I don't know if it's in the included handouts or if it's in the PDF, but for a virtual tabletop play like this, you can't really create a deck with just the Arbiter's cards, so it recommends like rolling a D whatever and picking that card from the Arbiter's deck, or I think what may be simplest is like clicking send to back that many times, and whatever ends up on top is the card.
That's smart. I like that a lot.
Very real.
Okay. Let me just move the World of Tropos while I put the rest of this deck together.
Hey.
And while you're doing that, I'm going to pull the cards for the festival setup. Since we're not doing long form play, we have 6 events that we can play at in any order. Each event comes with 2 prompts. We pick one prompt, and then we flip the cards associated with that event.
There's also, while August is doing that, a stage that I forgot about. Entanglements.
Yep, I was going to
time
mention.
entanglement, with another player, declare who you want to have a tie with. Each of you chooses a card from your hand that describes what binds you, and you exchange cards with each other's hands. Entanglements can be declared at any time, and you can tie entanglements with as many other players as you want.
Notably, the book mentions that you can also do this with the Arbiter if you want to tie your character to the setting. So, a little extra fun. Do you want to have your thing, your Blorbo, be part of the world and important to it? I mean, we all are, but extra so,
All right. By the end of the prelude, your table should look something like this. Everyone's desire cards, including the settings, are lined up on the table. The settings cards are collected into the Arbiter's deck, with its Atropos face up at the bottom of the Arbiter's deck. The pattern is set up, the festival rules, as August was just explaining, and we should each have a hand of cards, an idea of our character, how they relate to one another, and how they engage with the setting. And on the table in front of you should be your Atropos card.
Beautifully done.
And as is the nature, as we go through the game, if you want inspiration for a scene, if you want to complicate things, you can always draw from the deck. It's an oracle deck as much as it is everything else. They're there to be used. They're there to add to the story.
It's very beautiful. If you ever, and this is the nice thing about spindle wheel stuff, and Coda, I've seen you do this a lot, and it's a fun exercise, but you can also just draw cards if you want to use them outside of the game too. They're nifty that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. A trait a number of us in the Standing Stones Guild are prone to doing is when we're building characters for other stuff, sometimes it's nice just to pull a spindle wheel card and see how it inspires you as a touchstone to have as part of your character.
Yep.
Because the writing and the art on them is so evocative, both with Sasha's core deck and with the expansions.
Everyone do me a personal favor and just look up the art for Laughing Mimic, which I'm looking in the face now. I find that one lovely.
It's very good.
Mhm.
It's very good. That's all. But yeah, much like with tarot, you can take it however you like to, and in fact, I think it being its own sort of non-numbered system, in a sense, helps it a lot more with being freeform and with removing undue influences, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Shall we entangle? I think I see that the festival has been set up.
Yes.
Here you go, August.
Oh. What did you give me?
Overgrowth. Interloping opportunist. A greedy and jealous invader.
Damn.
Oh.
I figure I'll cause the maximum amount of problems for myself.
Of course.
Well,
In no way would you not. Then I'll give Coda this fun one.
did that work?
A gift?
A gift for
from me?
you.
I don't know. Did it work?
Shrog, did you get a trade window?
Yes, and I accept
Okay.
it finally, so I think you should just have
trade
it.
offer?
Oh, no, I tried to give you plague.
Oh, I don't have that one.
Okay, I may need to reload because I was
Okay.
trying to put plague in the trade
That's-
window and the trade window disappeared.
Uh-oh.
Out of context, a very
Well, that's
funny
odd.
statement also.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cory, have you tried to give me a card? Because I haven't got any extras, I don't think.
I have placed it upon the table because I do not trust my...
Where on the table?
It is on in your section, smack dab in the middle. Did it make it there?
Sick. Yep. No, it's there. There's one there.
Hell yeah.
Um.
I figured this would be a little
Okay.
easier of a method. Since
No, it's smart.
I don't trust my Roll20 skills. They're very atrophied.
I would just take this.
Hi.
Ooh.
Yeah.
What a fun gift.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Look.
Cory gave me the Prince of Fate.
I gave you the Prince of Fate.
Ooh.
Now what do I give Cory? Let me look at Cory's weird not doctor. Hmm. Looks at your cards, looks at my cards, looks at your cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, do I want to double down on making you suffer?
Yes.
I mean, the answer is always yes, yeah.
Uh-huh. Where'd it go? Where did it go? Wait. Oh shit, it was in my desire. Fuck. Oh well, I can't do that.
Shrog, you should have gotten a trade window.
Yes. Accept
Okay.
trade.
That
I
should
now
have
have
been
plague.
Good. I think the way that this
Have
manifests for us is we're very adversarial,
Yep.
at least to start with.
Yeah, real. I put my hands together. I'm excited.
There you go, Cory.
Oh dear. Let's see what this one is. Yes, you've given me fortune, I see.
You're welcome.
A surprise tool that will hurt me later, I'm sure.
Hmm.
You know what? Trading fate for fortune and fortune for fate, they both start with F.
Yeah. Does anybody want to give any others?
I feel like Coda, our characters should have an entanglement.
Sure.
Oh. Oh, bother.
Oh,
Oh
bother.
no.
Okay, there we go. I was trying to scroll and ended up scrolling, like, off the map.
Oh, that's so real.
I'm going to
But-
follow Cory's lead and just drop this onto your core on the table.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I will...
Shrug, do you want a fun card?
Mayhaps. But what do I give you?
I am going to take this card and then drop my card there after I look at your card. Ooh. I think... So you gave me adversary.
No, I didn't.
Oh. No, you did. You gave me survivor. I was just looking at adversary because I was thinking about giving it, but instead I have given you fake dog. I think the way this manifests is like it may not be common knowledge that I am effectively an animate puppet, but you know.
I dig that.
I love an animate puppet.
Yeah.
All right. Cory and Shrug, did you decide on anything to inflict on each other?
I have given Shrug a card. I'm waiting for a response.
Yeah, I gotta decide what makes sense for my tie with Taproot.
We probably should talk about the ones that we just exchanged, huh? Or actually, should we? Do you want to?
I think it's fair to the listeners if you do.
No, I mean, as in, like, do we want to discuss what we mean by when we traded the Prince of Fate and Fortune? Because neither of us really talked through the details of that. We just kind of went, yeah, okay. I think I have an idea to propose in that sort of interim then. I mean, I handed you Prince of Fate.
You did.
Much like water, the memory is deep. The bloodline runs below what we can expect. That which is cast off and forgotten is more of the land than we realize, I think, is how I'm thinking about this. But how about you?
No, I think I can work with that. I dig that.
Yeah.
I don't know the shape of your character yet.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's the problem. With me trying to think of what card to give you.
I really like the notion of your association with me is the rotten luck, or it's a rumor, or you feel like you should. I like that quality to it.
Well,
like there is this link there, and I think how you feel about my presence in your life maybe varies. Maybe some days it's viewed as a good thing, and maybe sometimes it's not. But it is there, and it is unavoidable.
well, that's fair. Why don't we talk about a shape then, if I can help you and help Shrug at the same time? The thing that I'd envisioned with Taproot here is a historian of sorts. Man, action historians. What can I say? This is someone who is attempting to uncover what's lost, and this goes between Holy Stricture and between Prince of Fate. Is in a sense, they're looking back around to see what's going on. When I look at Holy Stricture, I lean a lot more on warnings and fable, lessons in allegory, history, and folklore in this sense. There are old tales that they've heard about the land as it was before, and a lot of the history that they're researching sort of deals in that one, which in this sense, I think these are tales that everyone has kind of taken for granted are metaphorical largely. When someone put them together, they were just trying to tell some form of moral or something. And I think what Taproot is discovering is, in a lot of ways, no, that was real history. That was someone that accurately documented what happened. Some of the meaning just got lost, and some of the meaning just got transformed. Much in the way how phrases like blood is thicker than water get corrupted down to mean the opposite of what they say. I think this is what Taproot is discovering as they go along.
Here's my question to you regarding the shape of the guy, and I do need to touch back on Prince of Fate because I was thinking really hard and did not fully process all the words you said.
Sure.
For why you gave it to me.
Yep.
Is your guy, is Taproot a settler, or were they already here?
Man, I really could flip a coin on that one, I think. I think they must have already been here.
Yeah, I like the idea that Elzarin of the four of us is the only outsider.
Yep.
Is he the only human?
That's the next thing. I think
Yeah,
it's fun if
Cory, I do
yeah.
need to know if Taproot is human or not. Or
Is Taproot an entity?
That's a good question. Huh?
does Taproot live in the lake or next to the lake?
I think next to the lake.
That answers a lot of my questions.
Yes.
Thank you.
I think Taproot has never dipped
The
in.
whether
Yeah.
he doesn't have to be human in any way, shape, or form. I just need to know if he's aquatic
No,
in this regard.
that's so fair and so real. I think the answer to this, and I'll expand upon this, is Taproot lives next to the lake. They have never once dipped their toes in the water.
Fascinating.
Okay, I know what I'm giving Cory. Here you go.
Can I ask why Prince of Fate? Why you feel like that is the vibe? Is it stuff that I've told you?
I think it's a cross of that, and I think it's also in line with how Taproot has never once dipped into water. I think they have thrown things in. They've never gone in after what they've disposed of. But a lot of what they've thrown in, whether it be in the name of sacrifice or whether it be in the name of casting off things that they had, I think that's part of it.
I dig that.
They've given up objects of power, in a sense.
Groovy. I like that a lot.
Okay. So, you chose Duchess first for me.
Yep.
What do you see that as?
Duchess. It's such a funny card. I'm gonna go look at it so I can remember the meaning that I had in mind.
Oh, I stole it already.
No, that's so fair.
Did you want the bad with money, hostile to criticism, detached from reality side?
That's the thing, right? That's the one that I'm thinking of foremost, but I could take an argument for the other one too.
Passionate ally, generous patron, lavish host.
You also don't have to specify.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah.
Like, this does feel like a why not both situation, you know?
Okay.
I think it depends. Like, tell me if this is wrong. I think it really depends on the day.
Okay, fair.
You're an extremely unknown quantity to some extent, and I think this is really one of those things where that's something that's waiting to be proved. Mm-hmm. And I see in return you've given me Post Girl.
I have.
Hey, girl.
Got a letter for you.
I liked the whole counting the seconds until the next request thing. I feel like Elazaren has pegged Taproot as like, oh, this person is important to what I'm trying to get or what I'm trying to do. Which, maybe, the first time in a while that Taproot has been, like, sought out, or believed is not the right word, but, like, taken seriously.
Yes, I'm totally fine with that conceptually, because they're spending so much time going into things that most people probably don't agree with, in the sense of them being true and real. I could see that, yeah. Someone that's potentially here to make a buck or potentially here for something else, going and talking to someone who could actually be a conduit to get them to where they're going.
Very fun.
Okay, yippee.
I have bequeathed a card to Elzarin.
Okay. What do I think goes to Gia?
I think that means I'd like to give one to Anna.
Okie dokie.
Anathema?
Anathema.
What do I think Gia is to me?
Sure. Okay. I know what I'm doing. I'll put it on the table for you.
Okay. Ooh.
Yeah.
Um, Shrug, would it help for me to show you my character? Because I have pictures. Because I hero forged.
Sure.
Okay, I'm going to drop these in our chat. I promise when the character shows up on screen, I am going to describe them.
You're so real for this.
No, just taunt the listeners. There is a Hero Forge
Yeah.
happening.
Right. So the first one is how it appears on land, out of the water. The spoiler is what they look like in the water.
Okay. Well, I had this
Ooh.
card the other way up, but here.
Ooh, fun. Thank you. So I bestowed upon Alazarin
Ooh.
mermaid purse. Because
Hmm.
I haven't decided if this person is useful or a meal.
Mhm.
Lovely.
Either way, they're interesting. But I don't know what the ocean Hoxalugi onto the beach, I'm going to touch it. It's just like, there's this person next to the lake.
Mhm.
And I don't know what the fuck is going on there. And I'm going to find out. So, why sea glass?
I liked the side I thought I wasn't gonna use. So that was my
Mm-hmm.
Bane. And I had it originally as the jagged edges tumbled smooth in your chest.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe the other side was, is it a sea serpent or some ancient jewel? Yeah, that now tracks.
Hmm.
I'm giving a peace sign to the camera.
Mhm.
All right, Cory, explain Tiny Yellow Cat to me so I can decide between these two cards.
I put my hands together. Your problems. The thing is, I don't know if that's something that can be directed necessarily. It's not quite force of nature levels, but I mean, hurting cats, right? Tiny yellow cat. You could be. I'm really leaning on the mess of that's about to come kind of thing. Is I think the way that Taproot views Anna is as a time bomb waiting to go off, and they're not sure what that's going to do,
Okay.
but they are very interested in seeing it.
Okay. I think I'm going to give you Ferryman's Toll. And I think we'll have to play to find out whether or which side it is, because one side is a class divide and the other side is a benefactor. You could go either way.
Yeah.
And that's how Anna feels about you.
Ooh, that's so real. Oh, that's so real and fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does anyone want to get entangled with the world, or do we want to hang on that one for now?
I think
I'm
I'm
gonna
good
hang
for
fire.
now.
Okay.
I love how I have ended up with just 3 classic deck and 5 expansion deck in my hand.
That's so real. Okay. Setup has occurred. We're here. We're ready. We're in the festival.
Yeah, so the festival, we literally we have 6 events, they roll directly from one to the next. This encourages, as per the text, bold moves, bombast, and mayhem. And I think, I don't know if we want to go through the turn order or roll the dice to see who picks first. Just because obviously with each of the events they're paired, so you only get to have it one way, which is very fun
That's so
and
true
good.
and real.
Do we want to all roll like a d20 in Roll20, see who gets the highest,
Sure.
and they get to go first, and then we'll follow the turn order?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love rolling a math rock. Wow. What a tie.
Wow.
Not that it matters.
Well,
Okay. Shrog's up first.
There we go. The turn order in the document
Yeah.
stands with Shrug with
Wow.
Gavel him in.
the roll
Turn order
off.
stands.
well, that's the problem. Now I gotta pick.
Hi.
You do.
So I pick any one of these 12.
Yes.
Yes.
And then you flip the cards and use those to set the scene.
Hmm.
You just have to pick the event before you
Mhm.
flip.
A lot of these are fun.
Yeah.
They're all good.
Yeah.
How do we feel about a wager?
Ooh.
Starting off with a wager.
Works for me. I mean, I was just thinking if you were saying just like look at what your Lachesis was, and
I mean, mine was overgrowth, which I no longer have.
I didn't write mine down.
Yeah, I didn't write mine down either. Rip.
That's why we
I-
all have these, right?
I believe it was greedy and jealous invader. Something like that in overgrowth.
I know what mine were, so we
So-
can work it down from there.
Mhm.
No, it's all good. Don't worry about it. It's not super
fair
important for this. But thank you,
no
Cory.
worries.
All right, so I flip both.
You are
Flip
appreciated.
both
you.
cards under this.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We have
Oh, that's fun.
Empress, consumed by the big picture, unconcerned with mortal frailty, or unrivaled sovereignty, a master tactician on and off the battlefield. Ooh. Okay, fun. And Storm, screaming sky, potent and fierce, it is thundering and I am alive. Or fearful creature with a fluttering heart, flinching at the flashing clouds. Also, Storm is in all caps. The
All
text on
caps.
either side is all caps.
I love that. Very
Okay,
flavorful.
I like this way up for Storm. I like the screaming sky, potent and fierce. It is thundering and I am alive. I don't know about Empress, though. That's an interesting one.
Yeah, that is true. Well, consider it in the context of what we've laid out for the world, too, right? If that helps.
Is the Empress an actual person?
True. Is the Empress
Like a
figurehead?
town leader. Yeah.
Hey, Anathema!
Mm.
Huh?
Given Anathema's whole deal as an entity.
Oh. So, are you thinking maybe I have put forth the wager?
Or it's a wager against you and yours, right?
Mm.
Like maybe we start off with Alizarin has ventured too far into the lake, maybe.
He dove too deep.
Real.
Hell yeah. I'm down with that.
I mean, maybe it's not even deep. Maybe it's just getting to the center where you can hardly see shore, even if it is not physically or metaphorically storming. Just a very clear, like, oh, you are beyond your depth, you little person. Why have you taken this chance?
Oh boy. I'm trying to decide because, like, did I lure you out here? I mean, there is a wager at play, so did I double dog dare you to do this?
I mean, maybe with the promise of either mundane riches or something that just ended up appealing to Alizarin in particular. Some glimpse of his goal or his past.
I'm going to draw from the classic deck because I'm not 100% sure, like, what I would do in this situation. And I'm going to place it on my spread because putting cards in my hand means it's difficult for me to see what they are.
Fair.
Smart.
So I have drawn Vagabond, a wanderer bearing only a suitcase, a story, and a smile, or a passing traveler, superstitious and weary with miles still to go. I mean, that feels like it could potentially be describing you in this situation.
Yeah, I think it is. And I think it is. I mean, I don't know how Anathema takes this, but I think even in the middle of this unfamiliar lake, storm bearing down in whatever rickety makeshift vessel he has bought or cobbled together to get this far. I think the most distinctive feature on Elazarin is a huge set of pearly whites, just set firmly and defiantly into a cocksure grin.
I see it in my mind's eye for how it was painted, but I'm getting very big, like, intro to Link's Awakening kind of vibes.
I mean, sure.
Whether or not the lightning strikes is the question, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in that case, why don't we pull from the Arbiter's deck to see what the world has to say about what's going on? So I'm going to roll a D10. Does that sound reasonable?
Yep.
Sure.
Sounds reasonable.
And send to back however many times. 4. So. Ooh. Grandmother's ring. An old grudge, a tepid peace. Or a new partnership, a steady alliance.
Ho ho.
Is Anathema an entity that makes herself known?
I'm wondering if I'm not on the boat with you.
Okay.
Like, acting as a guide.
Mm-hmm.
But, I think to kick things off, I am going to play adversary, because I'm gonna try to capsize this fucking boat at this point.
Sure.
I don't know if that necessarily plays towards my desire, though, so I think I'm just going to put it in the center of the board.
Okay.
Which, we have Coda's character, whose name I can't remember how to pronounce.
Yeah.
Who is a denizen of the lake, so this could potentially draw Gia's attention.
Oh. That's fun.
Yeah, so out in a swirling storm and an endless sea, you have just turned over this boat.
Like, if it's a dinghy, I capsize it. If it's a little bit more sturdy than a dinghy, I probably sink it. But just, it is no longer viable for transport right now.
Mm-hmm.
So can Azarin swim?
Yes, and in fact, I think he surfaces for a second, coughs, splutters, and then takes a good look at Anathema, shrugs, and dives down.
Not for our listeners. This is just for Cory. What is it about fucking versions of this man and being like, fuck it with deep bodies of water,
Look,
huh?
we put the lake there, and the circumstances just happened how they are. I had no influence on that at all.
Here's a card for you. Here's Chasm.
There's Chasm.
A long drop, a yawning canyon, a sinkhole, or a dry well, a winding corridor, a gasp for breath.
Yeah.
Fun.
I think that comes up in spades.
I don't think that does anything towards desire. Yeah, I think in Elazarin's head it's like, okay, she brought me out here. It could very easily be to kill me. But I think it would be easier than this to do that. So I'm gonna take this as a direction.
God damn it.
When you try to end someone and they simply just go, okay, bet.
Does Anathema follow?
I think she does.
Mm-hmm.
If only because she wants to see how this is going to end.
What does Anathema look like, and how does she move in the water?
Good question.
So, I don't have Hero Forge skills, so I did not build Anathema in Hero Forge, but I'm imagining that she looks mostly human, and moves mostly human. I think if you know where to look, you can see the seams of unnatural joints, like ball joints and hinge joints, that are not immediately obvious. And I think in large part she wears clothing that mostly obscures or distracts from them. So she's swimming much like you are.
Okay. Oh, I was gonna
But
suggest a visual though.
oh,
If it looks like she's being dragged through the water as opposed to pushing herself through it.
ooh, I do like that. I do like that a
Ooh.
lot.
Tasty.
Well, how do we feel about me drawing a card to see what I find? How this dive goes?
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
that's a fair way to go with it.
Okay.
What is
I
there
have
for us to
drawn
find?
Healing Word.
Hmm.
Chapbook of poetry, a shared language, unification through culture, or a hierarchy of knowledge, an ivory tower.
What if you find a structure, or what I think from a certain angle would just look like a cluster of interesting looking coral or barnacles. Um, and it's on like a not a stalactite because it's coming sideways from somewhere you can't see. But maybe it's got this faint glow to it, and you aim for that, and maybe as you get to it inside, it's hollow, so it's full of air or plants that produce something breathing. But you like find your way into this. It's like your lungs start to burn from I think maybe it's right at that moment of I'm going to have to start going up soon or I'm not going to be able to get to the surface.
Yeah, so I find this little pocket within the
Maybe,
structure.
yeah. Or maybe it's not even attached to something. Maybe it is like floating in the lake. Just like this weird ambulatory of some kind. It's a lake. I don't think it's big enough to have like tides in the way that like Lake Superior does.
Mm-hmm.
So
So it's mostly like still water then, and everything's just sort of suspended in it.
at least on the
Okay.
surface.
Yeah, that's fair. At least on the surface is such a good answer.
Maybe you get down a certain once you hit a certain depth, you start finding out, oh, that is currents down
Real.
here. But from the surface, it just doesn't look like it. But yeah, and maybe it was entirely luck, or perhaps, oh no, I gave that card to somebody else. But either way, maybe it is just fortuitous. Like, because there's no way to know when you might encounter one of these things if they just like their buoyancy only lets them go so far up, and then they just move around. So
yeah, I'm diving down. I think I'm getting battered by these surprising currents. And almost this structure knocks into me.
Hmm.
And I
Wait.
scramble like around it and find this like cavity.
Man, you don't find it, it finds you, huh?
Yeah. So I surface, for lack of a better word, like
oh, I've got an idea to make this worse.
yeah,
/ grosser.
good.
What if it's less like a mineral thing?
Oh.
What if it's like an oyster or a clam,
Oh
but
yes,
just utterly alien?
very good.
Hell yeah.
You touch a surface and it's spongy and wet,
Uh-huh.
but you can get up onto it.
Or into it.
And into it. Yeah, that's true. You can get into it. Now Tane I can get into.
Trying to think of how this fits the card.
Which one?
Healing word.
Right?
I don't know. Maybe there's stuff in there. Maybe this thing has eaten books once upon a time. Like there could be anything in here. Like you get inside it, and maybe it's like the size of like a basketball court in there or a football field. Like it's big.
There could even be all of the things I've been throwing into the ocean. Well, into the lake, rather.
Yeah. There could be anything. Just because this may or may not be a weird alien oyster
Yeah.
the size of a blue whale. Now there's a scary visual for you.
I think this is more like the size of a bus.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Reasonable.
just big enough.
Like it's a bus-sized bivalve.
Bus-sized bivalve is the name of my new... Anyway.
Yeah.
Episode title.
Cory's prog rock album coming soon.
Yeah, exactly. Of my many planned ones. I think that is the thing, though, right? Like, it's not just... It is, like, whatever hides below and whatever has accreted here, because it's like the building of a pearl, right? In the midst of this giant clam, or clam-like being of some kind. But I think it's also a situation where there are, like, common items that you would not normally expect to see in this land of plenty where everything would ideally be strange and raw material, as far as folks are aware, or maybe ruins at most, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that just like a pan with a hole in it somewhere kind of thing?
Ooh. Here's a thought.
Mm-hmm.
For what specifically I pick out of this,
Yeah.
detritus that's in this thing. The idea of, on beaches nowadays, you have this debris that just looks natural at first glance, and then you look deeper, and it's like bits of plastic.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily that, but I'm searching around this thing. Little bits of pearls and minerals. And I just fish out a bit of glass and metalwork. Like it's a clearly manufactured artifact.
Yeah, that makes sense. Very much a situation of like lost line almost.
Yeah, it has some significance to me. Like maybe it's like a signet ring where the actual ring has broken away. And so it's just like the emblem and the fitting that it's set into.
Okay.
But it's just like, oh, this is a made symbol. And it may be...
I bet you know somebody who could help you identify that.
Yeah. Maybe unfamiliar to me, but it's just like, ooh.
I feel he's right.
How does Anathema react? Has Anathema also entered this oyster?
That's a good question. I do think that she follows. Mostly she's following because she wants to see you fail at whatever you're trying to do. And, like, she's definitely nonplussed about the fact that this thing was here. I don't know that she says anything to that effect, but I don't know that she's necessarily actively, like, trying to impede you or anything like that either. She may be poking around a little bit as well, just to see if there's anything useful to the end of, like, bringing about her desire. I don't know if that means I should pull a card. What do y'all think?
That's what they're there for.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna pull from the Kickstarter deck.
Hi. Questions answered.
Driftwood, an old mast, or just a tree? Is it safe to rest this close to the fire? Or, the grass is greener, the wood is stronger, somewhere on the other side. I don't think she finds anything. Like, I think this just ends up being a bust for her. in that case. Like, everything that she finds is old and busted and damaged. Maybe, like, the only things that look like they could have been useful are, like, covered in nacre now. Like, on their way to being pearls. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that does.
Mhm.
It's begun to metamorphosize, but not into anything useful. And certainly not in the state that it is now.
Mm-hmm.
And driftwood. I'm keeping track of the spindle as it goes. How do y'all get out of this thing, by the way?
Yeah, that's the next question.
You're in the belly of a beast.
Maybe we play from the Arbiter's deck to see what the beast is doing.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Does someone else want to draw from the Arbiter's deck? Because I did it last time.
Sure. I'll roll that same d10. Whatcha?
9.
Well, this will take a sec.
Okay, now how do I send to back? Because I have goofed up a little.
Just right click on a card,
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
send to back.
Me when I attempt to send to back and it brings up a context menu instead. Foolish.
I moved the world's Atropos up to just its original spot on the world spread, just so it doesn't interfere with the Arbiter's deck.
Yeah.
Oh, good shout.
My Roll20 skills are failing me once again, so
You want me to put that back over there?
please, if you could. If you could also cycle through the expansion deck about 9 times.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean that deck? Hang on, no. Then I'm just going to pull this one off to the side because I pulled from the wrong place for it. Doop. Let's
Where
do
did you
this.
pull it from?
I accidentally pulled from the side and I didn't realize that until I'd looked at it and went, hang on, the thing changed. Do I not have... Yeah, I think I don't have the ability to send it back. What the heck's going on?
You should have. I'll do it.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
It's okay. You rolled the dice.
Yeah, I did roll the die.
You played a part.
I'm helping, I say, smiling.
9.
I'll take you and put you in the corner of shame to be forgotten about.
All right, there you go.
Okay, let's see what we've got here, huh?
Hmm.
Quiet knife. Oh, that's fun.
Mm-hmm. It is.
A threat unspoken, a debt collected, a trap laid, or an impulse unsuppressed, an instant both decisive and incisive. I feel like if we're talking about opportunity, then flipping it up right there for an impulse unsuppressed is probably the best one. This is a moment that's been flooded by impulse, right? Like, Anna capsizes the ship. Alizarin chooses, fuck it, we ball, and goes in. The two arrive, and they decide, well, it's not the time for some, like, climactic conflict in the middle of the beast. They instead have a sort of uneasy truce situation and start picking through instead. I think similarly with that, it's natural motion. It is the beast opening up to take more in. And where they open up just happens to be elsewhere. It's not within the water necessarily. It's arriving towards a shore of the lake. And sort of like when you crack it open, just for a moment or two, and a decisive moment at that, you can start to see light drift in around the rim.
Okay. I like that for how we get back to shore, basically.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of setting, like... Because I feel like Quiet Knife has to be more, like, threatening than that. So I feel like for what this instant looks like, I mean, I think this is sort of like... This oyster is drifting with the currents, and at the same time trying to take in food. And so, like, we've gotten in this when it's been open, and it starts to close again. And starts to, fill back up with water.
Yeah.
And so Alizarin just takes, I'm gonna just say a literal knife, unsheathes it, sticks it in whatever this thing's big tongue pseudopod is, forcing it to just, like, instinctively open, try to force out the sharp nasty, and, expecting to tumble out in the middle of the lake. Alzarin is spit out of this thing, but ends up near the shore, clutching his tiny little prize.
Does Anna also?
Yeah, I mean, I think Anna doesn't have any prizes at this point, but I do think that she washes up on the shore. Notably, she is not coughing or spluttering or anything like that from undoubtedly having been exposed to / potentially seeming to have swallowed some of the water as we get ejected from this beast.
Yeah, Alzarin also made no overture to, like, attempt to help pull Anna out. It was just like, yeah, she could take care of herself. I know what this thing is like.
Yeah.
Ooh, what a fun mix.
It seems like I have succeeded at this wager.
Yeah. To be continued.
The Moonshot Network is excited to announce our Memorial Day weekend charity stream, Moontropolis, the City on the Moon. This May 22nd through May 24th, the enterprising entertainers of the Moonshot Network will be streaming to fundraise for Advocates for Trans Equality, a non-profit fighting for the legal and political rights of transgender people in America. We'll have our own Moon Mayoral debate, a table read of 1987's Moonstruck, and returning favorites of streams past. We're also building out new segments, like a speedrun race of I'm sorry, did you say street magic? Help us build the City on the Moon by tuning into Moontropolis, a good time for a good cause, streaming May 22nd through May 24th at twitch.tv/moonshotnetwork or moonshot.mov.